Hi, and welcome to Move. My name is Claire, and this is your Open Pilates series. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to attack two body parts, your core and your lower body. I hope you feel amazing by the end. Let's get started. We're going to start lying on our back. Come on over onto your back. Have your feet facing forward, knees are bent, roll back down. This is our intermediate Pilates, so I hope that you understand the basics. Abdominals stay engaged, body stays in neutral. We're going to layer and add some challenges to our core. Start by lying flat, have your hands down beside your body. Lift the pelvic floor muscles in and engage your core and breathe. Pilates breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. You can make that sound if you like. When you breathe in, let's just remember, keep the abdominal muscles contracted. Lateral thoracic breathing. Okay, so first exercise. Lift your right leg in the air, be super strong and steady. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to join it with the left leg. So lift the left leg, and the whole body is very still right now. It's a temptation in this exercise to either flatten your back into the ground or to dome the belly up into the ceiling. Can you stay there and breathe? So inhale through your nose, lateral thoracic breathing, exhale through your mouth, making a sound if you choose to. So in this next progression, they're going to get kind of challenging. So feel free to rest, feel free to stop at any level of progression. Bring the hands back down beside your body and be acutely aware that the distance between your ribs and your hips stays the same. Breath in. As you breathe out, gently press one leg away. Have you ever ridden a paddle boat in the water? Inhale, bring that leg back in. Exhale the other one. So when you're on a paddle boat, you move your legs away and you move them back into each other. You start to get a flow or a rhythm. So if you watch my legs right now, as one leg goes away, the other leg comes back in. Don't worry too much about your legs. Focus instead on, can I keep the distance between my ribs and my hips the same? Can I keep my belly muscle pulled in and tight? And can I stay in neutral? The tendency is to want to flatten or arch your back. Keep the breath flowing. As you pedal the feet, the distance between your hips and your ribs stays the same, and the distance between your side waist. If you're doing this with me, that's really fantastic, because I know this is a challenging exercise. We're going to hold it for about another 3 repetitions on each side. Belly muscle pulls in strongly. You keep the inhale through the nose, exhale through your mouth. Excellent. Come back into the center. Take a breath in, lower one leg down, inhale, exhale, lower the other leg down. Good. If you ever feel those ones in your lower back, think about going into a little bit of a roll, like a bridge roll, to release any tension that you might feel in your lower spine. But avoid the temptation of flattening your back when you do these exercises. It tends to maybe feel good on the moment, but long term is a bit stressful for your disc. So roll back into that neutral shape again. Lock the core muscles in. Good. Challenging a little bit in a slightly different way now. We're going to challenge flexibility as well. Lift one leg in the air and then straighten it. Good, so can you feel that hamstring getting a stretch? If you'd like, you can take your hands behind and pull it in just a little bit, but 90 degrees is good enough. If you've got your legs straight, that's good. Take a breath in, and then bend that leg, take it back down. And lift the other side, remembering that as we lift the leg, the spine stays still. Quite often when we do this and we go to stretch, if you watch my body now, I'll just slump and pull it in. That's really defeating the purpose of creating core control as well. Don't worry about how far that leg goes. Just instead think, wherever I lift it with control is good for my hamstring. And then place that leg back down. Good, bend up your first leg again. This time you can let your back flatten, pull the hip in, and make just a couple of circles with that leg. So we're going to progress ourselves to a fairly challenging exercise right now. And as you move this around, there should be no clunking or creaking or pain in the thigh bone as it goes into the hips. Change legs. As I said before, it's okay to flatten your back a little bit in this one because we're just focusing on mobilizing. As I've mentioned earlier, feel free to stop at any of the stages because some of these exercises are challenging. In fact, what's interesting with Pilates is that the more focus on technique there is, the harder the easier exercises become. Lift your right leg in the air and press it up strongly. Anchor your core and start to stretch the left leg away. It may not go all the way. As soon as you feel the back arch or the belly pop, stop. Otherwise, drive it. So you're now making a great big right angle. Push one leg up, push the other leg out, keep the belly tight, take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend both knees and come back into a tabletop position. Same leg, same side. So right leg up, left leg out. Good. Breath in, bring the legs back in. Tabletop position, same leg, same side. So you're going for 8. And really explore as you pull the knees back in and as you push them back out. The absolute challenge of your core right now is all about keeping still. So we're trying to avoid any sort of a bounce. We're trying to be absolutely long, like you're sideways. That's the challenge. So as one leg comes in the air, the tendency is to shorten the waist. As the other leg goes away from you, the tendency is to arch back and then come back into the center and change sides. So press that leg away and then draw it back in. Good, so now the left leg goes up and the right leg goes back out, keeping everything super strong and tight. So we've moved ourselves across to the other side. Sometimes you'll notice that you've got one leg that is a little bit more steady or stable than the other. And this is great for your hips as well. Like, can you even squeeze the side glute muscle as you lower that leg out and as you lift that leg up? This is your last one. And then bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Good. And then release yourself down. Squeeze both butt cheeks, lift yourself in the air, find that little tabletop position. And as I said, focus a little bit on the hips now. Keep super steady, take one leg out. Watch this, it's challenging. Keep no movement, no rocking. Step the other leg out. Push your knees out wide. Wake up your side glutes. No twisting. Press one foot, bring it back in. Keep the lift, walk it back in. Now everything's in close. Opposite leg steps. So we're going out, out, in. Very challenging to not push and roll. And then step back in, keeping the hips really, really level. Can you fit one more just in for luck? Choose your less stable leg. Press it out. Keep the glutes on. Walk it out. Level across the hips. Walk it in. Level across the hips. Walk it in. Press it up. Feel that beautiful squeeze. And then lower it back down. You should feel great. And as I said today, there's a few challenges in technique in your core. Doesn't matter whether we're working at intermediate or advanced or fundamental level in Pilates, we're still focusing on control and keeping ourselves in neutral. I hope your body feels good. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in another one of our Pilates series.